Half the week gone and half to go. Good evening and welcome to Primetime News with me, Michael Madimba. If it's your first time joining us, do subscribe, hit the like button, and be sure to click the bell icon to stay posted on the latest happenings locally and internationally. In our lead story tonight, we commence at State House, where Vice President Nangolo Mbumba today launched the targeted review report on youth unemployment in Namibia, as per the African Peer Review Mechanism, which aims to address youth unemployment. Erasmus Shalihakwe was at the event and filed this report.
The Africa Peer Review Mechanism National Governing Council completed the National Plan of Action in consultation with the following key stakeholders. A, the Ministry of Sports, Youth and National Service. It is the first time I hear in an occasion where the Ministry of Sports and National Youth Service is on top of other ministries. Next is the institution as National Youth Council, National Youth Service, civil society, all of us who are here, and Namibia Statistical Agency. The National Plan of Action contains clearly articulated priorities and actions required to address the drivers of youth unemployment or youth employment in our country. It underscores the need for balance, coherence, and complementarity across policy programs and institutions. It is my conviction that its success lies in the involvement of public and private sector participants and partnership, as well as civil society, to take a proactive interest in addressing unemployment, particularly among our youth.
Staying with State House, President Dr. Hage Geingob on Tuesday conferred the honor of a state funeral on the late leader of the All People's Party and Member of Parliament Ignatius Chikwameni, who died on 10 November.
A media statement issued by the presidency said, under the powers vested in the president by the Namibian Constitution, he confers a state funeral in honor of Chikwameni on a date and place to be agreed to in consultation with his family. Chikwameni died after collapsing while attending a meeting of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs, Defense and Security at Parliament. The late Chikwameni served in different political leadership roles, including a SWAPO Party Member of Parliament from 1995 to 1999, Deputy Minister of Information and Broadcasting between 1997 and 1999, and SWAPO Party Youth League leader between 1987 and 1999. In 2000, Chikwameni joined the Congress of Democrats, COD, where he served as a Member of Parliament and Party Chief Whip in 2000. In 2010, he co-founded the All People's Party and was elected as the President of the party and a Member of Parliament, a role he performed until his death. I am Sawi Hausiku, reporting for Nampa News.
28 newly appointed members of the Employment Equity Commission of Namibia today officially received their appointment letters from the Minister of Labour, Industrial Relations and Employment Creation, Utoni Nyoma. Mulisa Simiasa compiled this report.
The new members were appointed by Nyoma on approval of the National Assembly and are expected to serve the Commission for a period of 3 years. They include 14 permanent or substantive members and 14 alternate members from trade unions, employer organizations, designated groups, women, people living with disabilities, and the state. Advocate Otniel Podewiltz is their chairperson. Nyoma at the inauguration event reminded the new commission that the Employment Equity Commission of Namibia was created by the affirmative action under Act No. 29 of 1998 to guide employers in eliminating barriers against persons in designated groups with a view towards ensuring that they are also equitably represented at all levels of employment. Nuyoma encouraged the Commission to see to it that the workforce organizations reflects the demographics of the Namibian nation in job distribution, incomes and occupations. The new commissioners will undergo an induction training course at Otjiwarongo from Wednesday until Friday. Selima Shimwefeleni reporting for Nampa News.
Moving on to the Kavango regions. A 23-year-old man was denied bail in the Rundu Magistrates Court, where he appeared on a charge of rape on Tuesday. Sawi Hausiku, our Kavango regions-based journalist, compiled this report.
According to the charge sheet, it is alleged that Alois Sikongo raped a 17-year-old girl at Chimpanda village and was arrested by the Kavango East Region Police on Friday. The charge sheet further indicated that Sikongo allegedly took advantage of the girl, who is living with disability, by taking her to his room under coercive circumstances. The accused was denied bail due to the seriousness of the offense and because the victim and the accused both live in the same vicinity. His case was postponed to 15 February 2022 for further investigations. Reporting from Rundu, I am Sawi Hausiku.
Stand by for your top roundup. In the business and economic slot tonight, the Government Institutions Pension Fund, GIPF, has invested over 200 million Namibian dollars in the construction of affordable housing in the Rongo region since 2012. Our coastal-based journalist Isabel Bento compiled this insert.
GIPF, in a media statement on Tuesday, said this investment is aimed at enabling lower-income communities to acquire affordable housing. The statement read, "Poverty and a lack of financial resources to acquire decent housing are major constraints in Namibia, and as a result, the mortgage market is focused on the middle and high-income segments of the market, excluding most Namibians. 14.5 million Namibian dollars of this amount was invested in the first phase of Kwankomo Village under the Kwankomo Village Property Owner and Infrastructure Development Company through a special purpose vehicle managed by Old Mutual. This project has to date seen the development and construction of 122 houses, while 8 are currently under construction and 20 are yet to be constructed. It said an additional of over 84 million Namibian dollars was invested in international housing solutions for the second phase of Kwankomo Village, which boasts the erection of 12 blocks consisting of 15 apartments each, where a total of 180 families reside. GIPF Chief Executive Officer David Nuyoma in the statement emphasized that the fund's investment in affordable housing has proven to be sustainable as it takes a portion of members' contributions and invests it in housing, which the members then occupy. Reporting for Nampa News, Isabel Bento, Swakopmund.
Namibia has not yet achieved universal electricity access, despite having a wide range of energy resources, and the country still imports about 60% of its electricity. This was revealed by Mines and Energy Deputy Minister Cornelia Shilunga. Erasmus Shalihakwe compiled this report.
Shilunga made the remarks on Tuesday at the Africa Energy Forum in London in the United Kingdom. In a statement availed to the Namibia Press Agency today, Shilunga said Namibia's demand for electricity is optimally met by a combination of self-generation and trading with Southern African Power Pool members. Even though the share of imported power is reducing as more local power plants are constructed, the intent is to further reduce reliance on imports towards 2030. Shilunga noted Namibia is open for business. It has a well-established fit-for-purpose regulatory and legislative framework, adding that the implementation of the modified single buyer structure is liberating the electricity supply market to allow private entrants to power generation and supply side, opening the market responsible while still maintaining the security of supply and grid integrity. She added that the National Integrated Resource Plan is in the final stages of being updated, seeking the most optimal and cost-effective plans for Namibia to serve its consumers with secure and affordable electricity. The plan includes options for storage projects to support and enable the integration of more low-cost solar and wind options, and in support of that, Namibia recently concluded its storage regulations for the building and operation of electricity storage solutions connected to the national grid. Salima Shimwefeleni reporting for Nampa News.
Your sports update is up next, but first the economics roundup and a look at what the weather has in store for us across the country. In tonight's sports segment, we begin with football. Secretary General of the Confederation of African Football, CAF, Veron Mosengo Omba, said his organization and the International Federation of Association Football, FIFA, have recommended a roadmap of measures that would restore and resuscitate football in Namibia. Marco Ndlovu, our sports journalist, compiled this report. Mosengo Omba said thus in a letter addressed to Namibia Football Association NFA Secretary General Franco Cosmos on Tuesday. The letter, seen by Nampa, read that after meeting the Minister of Sport, the NFA Executive Committee members, the league members and other stakeholders involved in football in Namibia. FIFA and CAF delegations strongly recommend a roadmap to resolve the current situation. It said the planned forthcoming NFA Extraordinary Congress should therefore be put on hold, as both CAF and FIFA recommendations in the shape of a roadmap will be released at the beginning of December, with the aim of releasing the roadmap in question. Mosengo Omba indicated that a joint FIFA-CAF mission will be deployed to Windhoek to deliver the roadmap and the financial plan to put football in the country back on track. The CAF SG's letter follows his fact-finding mission to Namibia on 8 to 9 November, where he engaged football stakeholders in a bid to find long-lasting solutions to the current football impasse. At the time of his visit, Mosengo Omba said that what encouraged him the most was the fact that everybody was concerned by the lack of football in Namibia.
Moving on to all things cricket. In a massive boost for Namibia's sporting and tourism profile, the International Cricket Council ICC on Tuesday announced Namibia as co-hosts of the 2027 Cricket World Cup, alongside South Africa and Zimbabwe. Mark Ondlovu once more brings us this exciting story.
This was also confirmed by Cricket Namibia Chief Executive Officer Johan Muller, who said they had submitted a joint bid with the two Southern African nations. Muller told Nampa, "It is correct, they did work with South Africa to co-host the 50 Overs World Cup with South Africa and Zimbabwe. Primarily, South Africa will be the main host of the 2027 event." He added that this is a new chapter for Namibia, and it will now force Cricket Namibia to alter their strategic plan in order to incorporate the hosting of the World Cup. Muller said while not much has been confirmed yet, he was hoping that the country can host between 4 to 6 matches. He further stated that Cricket Namibia will also have to improve the country's cricket and general infrastructure in order to meet the requirements of hosting a 50-over World Cup tournament. Meanwhile, Cricket South Africa's Chief Executive Officer, Poletsi Moseki, was quoted by online media as saying he believes South Africa, along with Zimbabwe and Namibia, will deliver a beautiful African World Cup. The last World Cup hosted on African soil was another joint hosting by South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Kenya in 2003.
Stand by for your sports roundup. With that, we've come to the end of tonight's bulletin. A friendly reminder to please subscribe to this channel. Like, share with friends and family. Do feel free to interact with us in the comment section. Make a date with us tomorrow for your Thursday's edition of Primetime News. From myself, Michael Madimba, and the entire production crew, it's adios.